If I told you Jeffrey Epstein's longest-running girlfriend graduated from Columbia University's dental school, owned a practice steps away from his private island, and was named in his final trust for $100 million, you might assume that she'd been investigated. She hasn't. So we're going to look at the paper trail ourselves. What did Karyna Shuliak know? Was she a victim or was she a perpetrator? From Minsk to Manhattan. Karyna Shuliak was born in 1989 and raised in Minsk, which is a word I can't say because of my lisp. In 2009, at age 20, she arrived in the United States, same year that Jeffrey Epstein was released from jail after serving time for China. And by 2010, their communication is established. One of the earliest emails believed to involve her appears in 2010, and we can't confirm with absolute certainty that it is about her, but the timing aligns with her arrival in the US and the name matches. The email is forwarded to Epstein. Hi, my name is Karina. I'm from Kaliningrad, 180 centimeters tall, and I'm ready to work. Please tell me the name of your agency. This is translated from Russian, by the way. So, she's born in Minsk, not Kaliningrad, but she could have been living there temporarily. Now, Epstein replies to this email with a very short assessment. Great body, face okay. Yay. My God. The documents suggest that she was already in the US in 2009, and their connection appears to form after her arrival and not before, so we can't say he flew, trafficked her in. By early 2010, Karina is clearly hired around, despite Epstein thinking her face is just okay. But at this stage, she's not a girlfriend yet. She's interacting with other men in the orbit too. Early 2010, we see an exchange between Karina and Jeremy Stifler. She says, "Those very short time I spent with you was like a miracle. From your first hi until your last glance when you smiling was looking at me while I was going away. And since I was gone, there was no day where I haven't think of you. I was cherishing a hope in my mind that one day I'll see you again. Now I'm already waiting for my visa. I even talk to Dr. Malik almost every day about the job." Jeremy responds, "Due to our age difference and you being halfway across the world, it would not have worked. I have met a woman that I feel is very compatible with me. I hope you will not hurt for long." So he rejected her gently. Sorry, girl. But what does this exchange tell us? Well, it suggests that by 2010, Karina was attempting to build a relationship and that she was actively trying to secure a visa and employment in the United States. Personally, I think she wanted to secure a rich man. Fair play. For the rest of 2010, she seems to work as some kind of assistant for Epstein, or at least just known to him in his circle. She's doing something. She's around. But then, in April of 2011, she wants out. "Hello, Jeffrey. I am sorry for taking your time, but there is something I have to tell you about. I am glad that I had a chance to meet you, as I think you are a remarkable person, and it's good to know if there's still people in this world who help and care about others the way you do. And I feel grateful, and I do appreciate the efforts you made to help me. I probably didn't seem to be that thankful to you, because honestly, I felt very confused about all the situation. I was considering things a lot, and finally I came to a conclusion. I simply cannot accept your help due to some views which strongly say in my mind, no matter how stupid it may look, but this is my choice. I wish you all the best, and I apologize if I wasted your time. Karina." By the way, she went by Karina with an I for a couple years there, and then she just dropped it later, so, Jeffrey forwards this email to somebody and says, "I guess she read the press." By that time in 2011, his 2008 conviction was well documented. For a moment there, it appears that she pulls back, and this also proves she knew something was up with him at least, maybe not the press, but maybe she was just weird massage or something, But after that, something changes, because later that same year in October, she writes to Epstein, "Ha ha ha ha, and you'll start to do those terrible things to women again. D smiley face." The phrasing alone, unsettling, it suggests awareness, but also dismissal. I'm not really sure what to make of that one, Karina. But what made her stay? What made her change her mind? Was it money? Was it power? Was it a comfy house? Was it something else? There's another document from 2011 that I want to look at. A message from Sarah Ferguson. She sends to Epstein. Don't know if you are still on this BBM, but heard from the Duke that you have had a baby boy. Congratulations on your baby boy. So there's no confirmed child in public records. There's no confirmed mother. And the files do not clarify whether this baby actually existed or the Duke was just saying stuff. Who knows? But the timing overlaps kind of. In 2011, she tries to withdraw, and in 2011, there is mention of a baby. I don't know if this is anything, but I just wanted to mention it anyway. What do you think? Am I overthinking this bit? What do you think made her come back? Money? Probably money. Anyway, by 2012, that hesitation is gone completely, and Epstein and Karina are now definitely a romantic item. I love you. You are the purest man of all men. Blech, purest? You crazy. I love you very much. You will always have me, no matter what, as long as it makes you happy. Damn girl, you down bad. There are hundreds of these emails, by the way, just the two of them confessing their love for one another over and over again. It would be low-key kind of cute and sweet if one of them wasn't the world's most well-known pedophile, so, you know. Love and logistics. The love emails from 2012 onwards are intense, and they're also constant. There's some crazy stuff in there. In 2012, one email says, not enough kisses, not enough time, not enough sex. There's also a bunch of emails where she's talking about how she's really horny and he won't do anything about it, but look, we can't fit everything into one video. At the same time, her future is being engineered. In January of 2012, she asked him about dental schools, and he tells her not to worry about the money. What follows are months and months of him forwarding her materials, contacting admissions connections, coordinating interviews, basically trying to get her into good universities. And the effort works. She's admitted to Columbia University's College of Dental Medicine. By 2015, he's calling her Dr. Karyna Shuliak. And dentistry becomes one of the strangest threads in the Epstein story because we have emails showing her actively practicing, doing teeth cleanings for his friends and associates. She's licensed in Florida, California, and the Virgin Islands where Epstein owns Little St. James. Now this could explain all the weird-ass dentist chair photos we've seen in the files. She has this professional role inside of this whole operation. And I wonder if she wanted to be a dentist or if Epstein realized he needed a dentist. Thousands of emails show her as an assistant, scheduling meetings, coordinating travel, forwarding documents between Epstein and pilots and lawyers, doing house stuff. And she's also on the payroll. There's reporting later that describes her nickname within Epstein's circle as the inspector because she was always checking his emails and his texts and his calls and whatever. You know the vibe. And the emails do back this up because their relationship seems volatile. In 2013, a long argument unfolds about massages and other women. She feels displaced, she feels replaced, she feels neglected. And the jealousy there is very explicit to me. And then there's this email. This is from 2017, sent by Epstein to Karina. I love you. I wanted you to know that though I'm 100% certain I will get over it, I just need some time to let it go. In your language, you once again, the 5th or 6th time, lost control and slapped me very, very hard across the face. I understand it is just your emotional impulse, and I'm not at all angry or upset at all, but it does take me some time to forget the slap. As you are sensitive to my reactions, I didn't want you to misread them. It will be okay. Love you. Slapping him the 5th or 6th time? Oh my God. Hello, police? To me, this is not a simple power dynamic to unpack, eh? And layered all over this is another structural detail from 2013, which is her marriage to Jennifer Carlin, another woman within Epstein's orbit. The marriage lasts until 2019 and was dissolved shortly after Epstein's arrest. Reporting and civil litigation have described same-sex marriages within Epstein's circle as serving immigration purposes. Karina herself was a non-citizen, so she marries within the circle. She remains in the United States, and she continues working and living inside of Epstein's world. By 2015, she's a dentist. By 2016, she's salaried and coordinating operations. By 2017, she's still deeply emotionally entangled, still volatile, and still close enough to slap him, apparently. So this is no longer a story about a naive girlfriend in the dark. That is not what this looks like to me at all. It's a story about entanglement, manipulation, love, and infrastructure. Relationship-wise, like, yes, low-key, it's disturbing. And yes, it's complicated in a lot of ways. Like, what was Ghislaine doing throughout all this, you know? Like, who's like, you know, she's like, I'm his girlfriend, okay. Love emails, jealousy emails, the slap email, this toxic little ecosystem where she's attached to him and he's attached to control. But then you hit the money, where you can see the shape of the relationship in the clearest light. What's being arranged, who's being supported, and who is being managed. And the first thing that jumps out to me about the money is that it isn't just being sent to her, it's being sent to her parents. And like, think about this. Epstein is paying your parents' bills. If he's wiring money into your family's account, you're not just emotionally entangled anymore, you're structurally entangled. It becomes harder to leave, harder to say no, harder to pretend this is just a boyfriend you can ghost when shit gets weird. Also, like, her mum was sick and he was paying for her treatments and stuff. Anyway, here's one of the cleanest emails showing that structure in motion. Dear Karina, per your request, I recalled JE wire transfer to your parents' account. Unfortunately, I was not able to process the wire transfer from your personal account as you are a retail bank customer, not a private bank. I contacted the Columbus Circle branch, your bank branch, and was advised that you can wire funds out of your account only by walking into any JP Morgan Chase with the attached instructions and your identification. You can also set up a wire transfer directly from your JP Morgan Chase online account. There is a payment and transfer option, wire transfer. After you set up wire transfer instructions, you will receive a call from the bank to verify the transaction. Please make sure the phone number is correct in your profile. Karina, I would be happy to help you set up the instructions online. Jeffrey, please advise if I should reimburse $20,000 to Karina. Thank you, Bella. These transfers to her parents were clearly like a constant and ongoing thing. If you look through the files, there are heaps. In 2013, Epstein instructs, please wire $10K to Karina parents. In 2015, he writes, we should organize sending $250K to Karina's parents this week. In 2016, we will need to wire Karina parents $300,000. If you're wiring someone's parents $250,000 and $300,000, that isn't really just like helping out at this stage. It's not like being generous. That is support as leverage, support as tether, support as obligation. And I don't mean that as an accusation about her character. I mean it as a reality of how power works. If your mother is sick and this man pays for treatment, if your family depends on his wires, if he's paying your way through Colombia and smoothing the entire pathway, at a certain point, the relationship isn't just love at all. It's dependency. And whether she wanted that or not, whether she asked for it or not, whether she rationalized it or not, that's kind of still the case. Also, some people think he was trying to hide money in Belarus. Could be that. But this also raises the question we're going to keep returning to this entire video. How much did she know? Seems like a lot. Was she a victim turned perpetrator? Or did she simply rationalize all of the insanity and abuse in exchange for financial stability and a pretty luxurious life? Again, who is she? The trust. August 8th, 2019. Epstein is in federal custody. He's been denied bail. The world is closing in. His properties are being scrutinized and his finances are under a microscope. And instead of writing a traditional will, he signs a 32-page document called the 1953 Trust. The trust states that Karina is set to receive about $100 million, including within that is a $50 million annuity set up specifically for her benefit. The document provides for her to receive a bunch of real estate as well, including Little St. James and maybe the ranch and the Paris apartment in Palm Beach, New York. He's basically leaving everything to her. Fucking everything. I mean, she was clearly trusted to look after or cover up whatever was there, right? Now, some of those properties have since been sold to pay legal settlements. There are new owners of the island, as we know. Buried in the margins of the document, though, is a handwritten note describing a diamond ring. A 32.73 carat diamond flanked by baguette-cut diamonds mounted in platinum. And next to it, the phrase, given in contemplation of marriage, which it kind of made me laugh because contemplation of, even in prison with a ring, he's still like, it's only a maybe. I'm just contemplating it. I think it might be legal jargon though, but like, it made me laugh. Other names on the trust are Darren and Dyke, his longtime personal lawyer, listed for $50 million. Richard Kahn, his in-house accountant, is listed for $25 million. Mark Epstein, his brother, is listed for $10 million. Ghislaine Maxwell, who went to jail for all this shit, is listed for $10 million. There are more than 40 names in total, but Karina receives the largest single personal allocation. At the time of his death, Epstein's estate was valued somewhere between $577 million and $600 million. Recent filings suggest that after settlements to victims and taxes and legal fees, that number has shrunk dramatically, possibly to around $120 million. Still a shitload of money, but a lot less. An estate attorney has said no beneficiary receives money until all victims' claims are satisfied, so we don't know exactly how much she will ultimately receive. But damn, if/when she receives something, it's gonna be a lot. So my question is, why is she still free walking around while Ghislaine is in prison? It's confusing. Am I missing something? She was his assistant. She clearly knew what was going on. He left her frickin' everything. Exit strategy. There is something strange happening in these files that I haven't touched on before. Whenever the pressure on Jeffrey Epstein builds, like whenever there was public scrutiny that was intensifying, or whenever journalists start circling around, or whenever prosecutors start sniffing, the word Morocco starts to show up. When you first start reading the Morocco emails, they don't look so sinister, they just look expensive. And all of this, by the way, is being organized by Karina. In 2016, there's discussion of a potential property in Marrakesh. In 2018, there's talk about purchasing property even if the title isn't perfectly clean. And that is unusual, but maybe just aggressive investing. Then on June 6, 2018, Steve Bannon forwards Epstein an article about Morocco. It's odd, but like harmless. I mean, it's like, you know, it just sounds like a rich guy trying to buy another holiday compound. You know what I mean? How many playgrounds does this guy need? Could always throw in another one. Why not in Marrakesh? And that's what I thought too. That's what I thought. But then you look at the timeline a little closer. November 2018 is when the Miami Herald investigation dropped. Epstein's sweetheart deal is back in the spotlight. Alexander Acaster is under pressure, and the press cycle is heating up again. And within weeks of that, Morocco chats ramp up with the emails. Karyna Shuliak meets with Alex Pato, a Moroccan real estate agent working under London broker Mark Kensington. 3 properties are presented to her and the buying process is explained. By February of 2019, there's discussions of an offer being accepted, contracts, inspections, and banking, like they're trying to buy a property in Morocco. And then on April 12, 2019, Mark Lloyd writes, "Does Jeffrey wish to remain anonymous to Mark? If so, we can structure accordingly." As in, they didn't want the real estate agent to know it was Jeffrey trying to buy. Oh, cool. Concealment planning. Sick. April 25th, 2019, the jet makes a 9-hour round trip from Paris to Rabat. And by June 2017, 3 weeks before his arrest, they're finalizing these property purchases and they're trying to do so quickly. You can feel the frustration in the emails and everyone's just trying to get their shit together. Mark writes, "I'm happy to act as temporary shareholder of you if required. Temporary shareholder, shell facilitation. Epstein instructs Darren, his lawyer, to prepare contracts." And then July 6, 2019, arrested. You may be wondering, why Morocco? Well, guess what? Morocco does not have an extradition treaty framework as straightforward as many Western nations. It's hard to extradite a bitch from Morocco. That's all. What an interesting jurisdiction strategy. Maybe you just really like Marrakesh. Did he intend to go camp out there, and was Karina more than happy to facilitate that? Or did he really just want to get another house? What do you think? Tell me what you think about that. After the storm. After Epstein's arrest and death, Karyna Shuliak didn't hold a press conference. She didn't issue a statement. She didn't give a single interview explaining what she knew or didn't know. And importantly, she has not been charged with a crime. There is no public record of her being indicted, subpoenaed in any major proceeding, or compelled to testify in the federal prosecutions tied to Epstein. She has remained legally untouched, which to me is unreal because she was his fucking assistant. Even if she wasn't his girlfriend, like, she was his assistant. She was booking shit. Is that not illegal? In my opinion, she is still one of the biggest unanswered questions in the Epstein story. If you like this video, check out my original deep dive into Karyna Shuliak. Anything you think I missed, I likely included there. And of course, have a look on the channel. We have loads of deep dives into Epstein's money and his connections, his friendships, his properties, his planes, and more. I've been reading through these files so you don't have to. And let me tell you, you don't want to. If I'm missing something or got something wrong, or there are files you think I should see, the best place to do that is on our channel Discord. You can give me feedback and ideas for future videos, and you can make friends with like-minded people, and we can all hang out and it's fun. Bye!